So
yeah.
can I ask
Cool.
then, because you're in
Of
an
course.
industry that has, like, there's obviously a lot of men, like you would relate, I guess, or connect with a lot of men
Of course.
in this space. How is mental health in this space? Like, what kind of emotions are people actually dealing with?
Yeah, so like currently at the minute, there's probably about 5 or 6 young men that I actually sponsor, in regards to like just their nutrition, some training, and all that sort of stuff. Because one, it's a big investment. Obviously, I'm not the cheapest of coaches and stuff like that, but to see young men at the minute struggling with school, they can't hold a job. A lot of them have problems with their partners.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, there's a massive drug problem. There's a big drug problem with
Wow.
inside of, I think, Melbourne in general, more so up the coast. But what I see amongst young men, especially that I'm sort of associated with it regards to the gym, I do see that there is a very fast, rapid decrease with drug abuse, and then that obviously
Decrease.
like increase. Sorry,
Oh,
like
increase.
their mental
yeah.
health is actually decreasing due to the fact of abuse, and it's very easy accessible.
Is it?
Very easy accessible.
Is that prevalent in the gym world or the bodybuilding world, or?
Yeah, like you have
Or in
natural and
general?
unnatural competitors and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
like a part of that world, yes, like there is performance enhancements or PEDs. But I've found like PEDs now with young men is very common.
Yeah.
And the lack of knowledge around how to use those things is absurd. Absurd.
So where do they go to get help? Like, or do you direct them into a particular
I look
way? Like, how do we...
being a professional athlete and then obviously trying to help them in regards to awareness, information, stuff like that. I do try my best to educate, but unfortunately, young men will do what they want to do. Like they do what their friends are doing, or they'll do what they think is best, or they read a forum and they think that's the right thing to do. And it's kind of really sad to see, because if you start playing around with testosterone and estrogen within your body, you're going to have a decrease with inside of just your mental health in general. So, coming on and off PEDs is really quite unhealthy.
So would they actually go seek help? Would they be
There
open?
are guys that actually do need to seek help, yeah, because it can
would
make
they? Like needing and actually going ahead and doing it are two completely different things.
I think the younger generation are more pride on. I think most men in general, to be fair, are more pride on not saying anything. It's a lot easier to keep your mouth shut than it is to actually vent out, which is kind of sad. To be fair, like there is no direction for young men to go and seek help for some particular reason that they may have a concern. They might have problems with some sort of illicit drug, or they've got problems with their partners. Home life is very big, abuse at home, so being amongst the fitness industry, we see all types of people walk through the door. And through the COVID period, I found the increase of mental health was quite astonishing, especially in New Zealand.
Oh.
Like New Zealand had a lot of suicides.
Wow,
a
really?
Lot of
I don't know what the stats are.
And there was, yeah, they don't show it. Why would you show it when it's like?
Let's talk about the cases.
Yeah, so
another topic.
There was more suicides in Melbourne alone.
Yeah.
Men suicides than there was COVID cases, and they never ever put that on the news, and that's fact. So we had close to 5,500 suicides within a 2-year period due to lockup.
No.
So, and you actually look at the reports of the deaths per young men, there was something like 2 or 3. The amount of suicides that happened through young men through the COVID period was very, very sad.
It makes me really emotional.
Yeah.
It makes me really emotional, because it's like I've got a little boy who's about to turn 7. And I just sit there and think, like, I really pray that things change one day, so that when he's in a space, obviously I'm there for him, but if he doesn't want to talk to me and wants to talk to someone, I want him to be able to be like, it's okay.
They won't do it.
How do we change that?
Look, I think there's enough information around to try and get help, but unfortunately it does come down from a generation. Say for instance, my grandfather, my father, and that, they're hardworking men. They they're a part of the trade. They don't really speak out. It's like, you'll be right, boy, but my father over the last few years has softened up immensely due to being unwell and all that sort of stuff. And I see a very soft side to my father now, whereas before he was like, you're right, mate, get up, let's go. So my work ethics and my environment around being a very strong male has always been there because I've had someone to lead me there.
Yeah.
But I'd be a little bit hypocritical of me to say that I haven't sought help in regards to mental health.
Yeah.
When I had my first split up with my first wife, that was a very traumatic split up due to the cheating and affair and everything that happened, and the information that I actually found out about the person that I had married, per se. And then through that series and having 3 suicide attempts, and my last one was a pretty bad one, and my father would have walked in on that. So it was literally, we're talking like 15, 20 seconds. Whoa. So if he didn't actually pull up when he pulled up, I would have been dead. That's how serious it was. Yeah.
Do you think purpose? You've got purpose, like for your dad. Sorry, Helen.
Yeah.
But for your dad to walk in at that particular time and this journey that you guys are going on at the moment.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Yeah.
There's
so that's why
really...
I sort of try my best to connect with young men.
Oh.
And I'm in a situation and a responsibility. A part of my job is to help and educate in regards to health and fitness. And there is an outlet for men to go and do this stuff.
Oh, God.
That's why I invest a lot of time into just my clients in general.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think it really matters what industry you're in.
Yeah.
I think it's a generational thing. So speaking of, say, our parents or our grandparents, it was the normal you don't say anything. The 100%. Man is the provider. The woman is the nurturer. So she takes care of the household and she takes care of everything. But it's just life. Yeah. We were brought up in this, you just do it.
Yeah.
You don't question, you don't say, but Mum, I'm really sad, or Mum, I feel upset today, because she'd be like, anyway, she didn't have time to sit and talk to you.
Yeah.
You know, or even your dad as a female, you couldn't speak to your dad because your dad would be like, well, you got to grow up to be a woman.
Yeah.
You need to take care of your own family.
Yeah.
And I think, say 2 generations ago, you didn't have social media. It wasn't in front of you. It wasn't easily as you just jump on your phone. You can Google mental health. You can Google, where do I go? Who do I talk to? And I think it's more obviously a female can sit here and talk about her issues. And I can sit with you openly and say, I feel really upset today, or I've had a really bad day. Whereas I don't think a male would say, I've had a really shit day, you know, I had a fight with my missus, or mentally I'm just not right. You know?
Is that true, Dan?
I think that's really true of the generational thing. I grew up with a stepdad, and he was Italian, and my nonno passed on. They didn't discuss feelings. They just don't.
So as a man now, will you discuss? Well, as a man now, like I think you're a man like 10 years ago, but you know, do you?
Some might argue.
So would you openly discuss now, like if you had a partner, would you? Oh, do you have a partner?
I don't know.
No. So being in something or in your past, would you actually just talk about how you're feeling in a sense of feeling? So instead of going, I'm pissed off, I'm angry, you'd be like, I'm sad and I'm hurt.
I was married for 7 years, but with my ex-wife for 20. And no. Because you might start to, and you'd think that they're not listening to you, they're not hearing you. So you'd give up, and each conversation would be the same. And so then eventually you just stop talking.
Yeah.
But when I got divorced and moved on, and a partner I was seeing for about 7 years, she listened a lot more. She was more open to...
More nurturing.
And hearing of feelings, and and she would say, what's going on with you, what's happening? Did
you feel it was a bit more of a safe space for you to be vulnerable and open up?
Didn't mean I did always.
So what, and is that because of your past, your experience,
probably, because I'm not the most talkative person to begin with. Can be kind of quiet. Unless you ply me with a bunch of drinks, but
do you think
unless you get him half naked and put him on a calendar?
Did you also feel like a kind of I wouldn't say a shame, but as a male say to your partner, I'm having a really shit day, or I'm really sad today. Did you feel like there was you just
not
didn't
a shame,
want to?
More, I couldn't express it. Didn't have the words, so I didn't know. I mean, nobody wants to hear people whinging.
No, but this is your partner. This is someone you're sharing everything to.
But still,
this isn't just
in my mind. I'm like,
I actually think it's the male mentality.
Yeah, don't know how to express.
They don't know how to actually compute how to express what to say.
And I think that's where a lot of males and females in a relationship, you struggle because a man, I'm talking as a female perspective, if a male is trying to say something to me, sometimes I just be like, you're a fucking man.
Oh. Yeah, deal with it.
Not just deal with it, but you're always this strong man, and then you're coming to me with this bullshit, and it's like...
Men are vulnerable too.
But sometimes you don't listen to me. So it's like, well, why would I listen to you?
I'll always listen to you, Helen.